Okay, so the NBA has a brand new nightmare. For 4 whole years, this guy was seen as, a solid, dependable role player. But now, he's a walking mismatch who is absolutely shattering expectations, and he's becoming a problem the rest of the league just can't solve. We're talking about the incredible rise of Deni Avdija.
And this quote right here, it gets to the absolute heart of it. This isn't just a player on a hot streak, okay? This is a fundamental shift. Avdija's success is forcing every single front office in the league to question how they evaluate talent, all because of one guy who was hiding in plain sight the entire time. So what does this number actually mean? It means that when Deni Avdija is on the court, the Portland Trailblazers are almost 20 points better per 100 possessions than when he's sitting on the bench. Now, that's not just good, that is an elite impact, putting him in the same conversation with superstars like Giannis and Shai. It's the statistical proof that he completely transforms his team. So you're probably asking, how does this even happen? How does a player who averaged single digits for most of his career suddenly start putting up numbers that belong in the all-NBA conversation? Well, the answer isn't that he just got better, it's that he finally got unleashed. I mean, just look at these numbers since Portland handed him the keys to the offense. We're not talking about solid starter stats or even all-star numbers here. No, this is the production of a true primary engine, a real franchise cornerstone. This is superstar-level impact every single night. And just to be clear, these are not empty stats. He dropped a career-high 41 on a tough Houston team. He had a monster triple-double with 19 rebounds against OKC, and he's a top-3 creator in the entire league, responsible for a massive chunk of his team's offense. He's actually winning them games. But to really truly understand this explosion, we've got to rewind a bit. We have to look at the player the Washington Wizards thought they had, and maybe why they never saw what was sitting right there in front of them. See, this wasn't some unknown project. Avdija was a prodigy. He was playing professionally against grown men when most kids are just getting their driver's license. By 19 years old, he was the MVP of a really tough professional league. The talent, the vision, the basketball IQ, it was always there. And this quote, man, it just says it all, doesn't it? In Washington, they saw a 6'9" playmaker who could pass, defend, and handle the ball, and they told him to go stand in the corner. His incredible versatility was seen as a bonus, not the main event. They completely put him in a box. I mean, the numbers right here just scream the difference. Just look at his usage rate. It's nearly doubled. He went from being a passenger, basically waiting for leftover opportunities, to being the one driving the entire offense. It's the same player, just in a completely different world. So how did he get from that limited role to being the guy we see today? Well, it all comes down to a trade that, at the time, nobody saw as a franchise all-train move. In fact, most of the league was just kind of scratching their heads. When this trade went down, the consensus was that Portland got fleeced. They gave up a proven veteran for a guy who seemed like he was just going to be a role player forever. But the Blazers' front office and their coach, they saw something else. They weren't trading for the player Deni was. They were trading for the player he could become. And the minute he got to Portland, it wasn't just a simple change of scenery. Oh no. It was a complete and total change in philosophy, from the top all the way down. This quote from his coach Chauncey Billups, it reveals everything. See, Washington gave him a rigid script, a defined role. Portland threw that script right out the window. They replaced robotic plays with creative concepts. It means instead of just running to a spot, Deni now gets to bring the ball up, read the defense, and decide on his own what to do. It's freedom, and maybe most importantly, it's trust. So this is the environment that unlocked everything. It wasn't about teaching him a new skill, it was about liberating the complete player who was always in there, just buried under a limited role. They let him be a basketball player, not just a specialist. Okay, so let's bring it all back. Let's talk about why this version of Deni Avdija is the exact type of player the modern NBA is terrified to go up against. They call him Turbo for a reason. He is a constant physical force of pressure. Even LeBron James called him one of the most physical drivers in the game. He doesn't want to go around you, he wants to go through you, using his size and strength to relentlessly attack the rim. And this right here is the core of the problem for defenses. So what do? Who do you put on him? You put a smaller guard on him, he's just going to bully him in the paint. You put a bigger, slower forward or center on him, and he's going to blow right past him. He is a walking, talking mismatch every single time down the floor. And he's not just scoring on these drives, he is a brilliant playmaker. When the defense collapses on him, he finds the open man. In fact, he leads the entire league in assists created off of drives. And as you can see from this chart, it's not even close. He is lapping the field.
Now, here's the part that truly haunts other general managers. Portland is getting all NBA level production for what most teams pay a good high level role player. It is an absolute steal, a contract that makes building a contender around him so much easier. And that's the ultimate takeaway here. Deni Avdija's explosion is more than just a great story. It's a wake-up call for the entire NBA. It forces every team to look at their own roster and ask, who else is out there? Which other multi-talented players are being underutilized, just waiting for the right opportunity to be unleashed? That's the question his success leaves for the rest of the league to answer.